One, two, one, two, three.
Welcome to the Sneaking into the Movies podcast. I'm Max Nathan.
And I'm Norman Davis.
So, Norman, we got a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah, we do.
Some CinemaCon trailers.
We do have some CinemaCon trailers and exciting and awful news to talk about.
Exciting and awful news. What could be in store this week on the Sneaking into the Movies podcast?
We also have a big movie. I know that's why y'all are here today.
Yes.
We'll be talking about the Minecraft movie. But first,
Woohoo!
before we chicken that jockey, let's talk a little about CinemaCon.
Incredible
So, Max,
segue.
I try. I'm just going to ask you straight up, what was your most exciting thing to come out of CinemaCon this week? Whether it be an actual trailer, whether it be casting, whether it be an announcement of a movie, whether it be concept art, whether it be a release date, whether it be Spider-Verse coming out. What is the one thing from CinemaCon that you were like, oh yeah, above all the other oh yeahs?
So this might come as a shock. It was the Tron Ares trailer.
Wow.
That was the thing that really moved the needle for me. I was already kind of in the bag for Tron Ares because I like Tron. I liked Tron Legacy. And I liked the video game Tron. But this movie, they announced like, oh, Jared Leto's going to star. And they got a director that hasn't directed a ton of inspiring work.
And it takes place in the real world for some reason.
Yes. The premise and who they got to be in it, I was like, maybe I'm out. But trailer came out. And I watched it like 6 times. I was like, I'm so in for this. I mean, the 9 Inch Nails thing is doing some like Luca.
That's my $14.
Yeah, that's like Luca 2022 level carrying right there. Yeah, so they got Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, 9 Inch Nails, to do the score for this movie. They previously did Challengers. And if I'm being quite honest, the trailer could have been a static image of a pile of shit with that music over it. I would have been there. I'm locked in. That music is everything.
That's kind of exactly how I feel about this trailer.
You think it was a static image of a pile of shit?
I wouldn't go that far, but my issue still, there's nothing they could show me about this movie that won't make me think it takes place in the real world starring Jared Leto, which is just like,
It's true.
I don't know. I don't want to hate. I would love to be wrong. I think I'm one of those Tron Legacy weirdos. You know what I'm talking. I think that is like the coolest movie ever. But yeah, I don't know. That's one I'm not going to be holding faith until I see some first reactions, unfortunately. But it looked like Tron, sounded like Tron. So we'll see. I'd love to be so incredibly wrong about all of this.
I think it looks good. I'm not predicting that it's going to be a great movie, but I am predicting that I am going to be there on day one for this.
Yeah, I think I'll be there too. Like I said, that score is just doing a lot of work for me too.
That in the Dolby, I'm like, forget about it. What was yours?
My most, I don't know. It's kind of boring. It's kind of the lame answer. I kind of alluded to it. I'm trying to think, but I think it's just Spider-Verse. I think just seeing anything from that movie and a fake release date, which they're not going to make. But that just, I don't know.
So that release date is June 4th, 2027.
Yes.
And you don't think they're going to make it?
I would love, 2 years from now, 2.5.
Mm-hmm. And they did show footage. They did show footage.
They did show footage. I don't know. I don't think it'll come out later than 2027. I'd love to be wrong. I'm still in a little love-hate relationship. But like I've been dogging on this movie forever, and now I just see something from it. I'm like, okay, I'll shut up. I'm sorry. Something bad about Spider-Verse because it does look so good. My roommate Preston and I actually rewatched Spider-Verse this week. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I don't know. That's probably the biggest news for me. There's other cool things I like. There's some things I didn't love. But, Max, what did you think of the FNAF 2 trailer?
So I was a big fan of the first FNAF.
You were or weren't?
I was. I remember getting out of the theater and I was happy. I enjoyed it. It's stupid. It's another one of those meme movies. It's not good, but I had a good time. And that's kind of my takeaway on FNAF 1. So, and I like Josh Hutcherson, Beekeeper, Beehive. Where y'all at?
Were you a FNAFer back in the day?
I was a FNAFer back in the day. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. I don't know if I made it to 4, but I was 1, 2, 3.
I'm unfortunately still a FNAFer.
Hey, that's a fun game.
It's a fun game. It's a fun, stupid lore. I will say, though, FNAF 2 is my favorite FNAF game.
FNAF 2 is the one. That's not the Springtrap is 3.
Springtrap's 3, yeah. 2 is the one with the mask.
That's the
and,
one where there's
marionette.
like the front door where you can't close the door.
Yeah, the door and there's 2 vents, and you have like the mask when they walk in, the Freddy mask, and you have to like wind the music box for the marionette.
Yeah.
Just like other like gameplay, but I don't know, just like vibe and look. That's always my favorite of the FNAF games. So I really like this trailer. I don't know. Yeah, the first one, say what you want. I had a great time. I'm excited for this FNAF 2. I don't know if you saw, but Jason Blumhouse came out dressed in a Toy Freddy suit.
I did hear about that.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, so.
I like that you called him Jason Blumhouse.
Is that not his name?
It's Jason Blum.
Oh. Well, Jason
I would call him
Blumhouse,
Jason
yeah.
Blumhouse.
I was
He's-
just like,
on the
Tim
CD
Apple, like, you know,
Yeah.
Tim Cook, that's Tim Apple. You know, that's Jason Blumhouse.
Yeah. On the Sneaking Into the Movies pod, that's Jason Blumhouse.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you on anytime, Jason Blumhouse. We can talk about the movies I like. We can
Yeah.
talk about the movies a lot of the movies you make that I don't like.
You can
But
wear your Freddy costume too.
you
It'd
can
be
wear,
great.
you can give me a Freddy costume, bro.
We'll all wear.
Give
You,
us money
Freddy.
to say good things about your movie. I
Yeah.
promise we will.
Yeah. So what else was there? There's a big one. There's a big one we haven't talked about.
Okay. What are you talking about here?
I'm talking about Superman.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Obviously, this was shown at CinemaCon, and then it was played before a Minecraft movie, and it was uploaded online.
Why did they do
So-
that? That was. They were saying like they did a little video with the cast, and they were like, if you want to see a sneak peek of Superman, go see Minecraft. And then they dropped it online the same day that Minecraft came out. It's like,
I don't think it can be overstated how much this movie needs to make money. Superman out of it, like it is just it's very funny how this is like quote unquote the most important movie of the year, but it's not. If it fails, it's fine. We're not, you know. I don't know.
I mean, it's no sweat off our back. Like it's
Right.
the people spending zillions of dollars on these movies and the whole DC thing experiment that they're doing. I will say, in the Minecraft screening, in every time that trailer has played in a theater, it plays excellent. Like you can every time the trailer finishes, you can hear several people around you going like, "Wow, that looks great." You know, like I don't think they should be extremely, you know, like full court press about it. Like I don't think
Yeah.
that they should be showing. Like I'll just say, like I wasn't a huge fan of the footage. Like they're showing you, like, you know, you get some robot stuff, you get some more crypto, and it's like, why is this the first thing I'm seeing? Like I don't really need to.
Before Minecraft movie, which spoilers is a movie made for 4-year-olds. Yeah, I found that is a weird clip to use. I'm still so unbelievably excited for this movie. I like almost started just like tearing up. Not even at that footage, but once
I was
there's like a
tearing
trailer after, just like we're getting a good Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't hate Man of Steel or Superman Returns, but those movies come with a lot of caveats, and like I like them both a lot more than most people do. I'd say for both of those, but
I like Man of Steel. I'm not.
yeah, I guess actually,
not
honestly,
saying-
I like Man of Steel less. I guess I'm a BVS guy. I'm a weirdo. I don't like Man of Steel. Anyways,
So you're
but-
hold on. I knew this before, but you're a pro Man. No, you're like okay on Man of Steel, but very pro BVS.
I am like okay on Man of Steel. Like BVS is a top 5 superhero movie.
Oh my god, I didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I like maybe 10. I don't know. I love BVS though. That's one of
Okay.
my favorite superhero
All
movies.
right. Should do some kind of episode on something in that
I would
world.
love to. But that being said, even as quote unquote Snyder bro like myself, not one of the weird ones, this looks amazing. This is what we need. This is what we've always needed. I can't wait for this. I need it to come out. Every little, I know you're not on Twitter anymore, but every little thing that comes out about this movie is a whole hissy fit.
Yeah.
And the end of the world of discourse, and it's just exhausting. I hate DC fans. They just make this shit so exhausting. I don't know. Like, just, it's so weird. It's so weird. Man, you know, they're not going to show up for Zack Snyder's UFC movie either. So, I don't know. It's just, it's weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
They just like edgelord stuff.
yeah,
Weird
this
stuff.
movie just needs to come out. It really
Yeah.
does. I don't know. There's just,
Yeah,
I'm tired of talking about
Yes,
I'm so sick of talking about how good I think this movie will be and how it's going to be a fresh start and it's going to be what DC needs and it's going to make $700 million. Oh, it's going to make $1 billion. I'm so tired. It's exhausting. We've had one trailer. We've had one trailer for this movie.
I need James Gunn to stop talking about the movie and just show us the movie.
I need James Gunn to stay off Twitter, bro. You are... I love the guy. We've been rooting for him, but he's just driving me crazy, bro. He's just driving me crazy. And once he cancels the Batman 2, he's going to be staying off Twitter. I'm going to tell you that much.
I still think that's a you're panicking.
I don't know. Man.
Rational.
We're about to get 2 Spider-Verse movies in between the Batman 1 and 2. Not a good look. But we can do a whole episode, I feel like, one day debating the Batman 2.
Will the Batman 2 come out? I say
Yeah,
yes. Norman says
a movie
no.
that wasn't even mentioned at CinemaCon this year. So
that's a little worrisome.
yeah, it wasn't even mentioned. So you know what?
But they didn't talk about any DC stuff besides Superman. They didn't even talk about Supergirl, I don't think.
Yeah, but the Batman is like outside of that. Like the Batman is like totally like an Abney DeLuca, like Warner Brothers thing, not a DC thing. So we'll see. But
I think it's gonna happen.
I would love to be wrong. But anyways, yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for Superman. I'm obviously excited, but it's also just exhausting. It's getting annoying.
Yeah.
It's always going to be annoying with Superman and Batman and you know who. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's looking good. Yeah, weird clip. I think it was I know it was funny, like it was crypto or whatever, but I don't know. It was just a little
It was
dark.
It was okay. It was all right.
It was okay. I thought it was a weird look. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, but you can hear who Jor-El is.
I heard the voice, and I was like, what is that? You can't hear it very clearly, and I was like, what's going on in the background?
Okay, so it actually, I won't say this here. I mean, if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you off. But it did come out who is playing Jor-El.
It leaked, or was it like announced?
It leaked. No, it like leaked.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not.
It is, I'm not going to say who. It's a famous actor, but if you go back and watch that clip and you know who it is, you can hear his voice so well.
It's Brando AI?
Yeah, that's what we wanted. No,
that's Andy Muschietti's
it's a big actor. You're not going to be too surprised, but it's a good pick. I actually really like the pick a lot.
It's Bill Hader.
I wish he should be Batman. He should be James Gunn's Batman.
I'd be a fan.
Yeah, if we're doing weird, fun, older Batman, come on,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Speaking of some weird, fun, older dudes, there's gonna be a Beatles movie.
Beatles movies.
I said that wrong.
The
But
hashtag. They had a really keep talking. I want to find the funny hashtag they had for it. That is definitely not going to stick.
I haven't heard this hashtag, so that's gonna be fun when you pull that out. But yes, there is going to be 4 Beatles movies about the titular Beatles, Ringo, Paul, John, and George. And it's going to be directed by Sam Mendes, who directed 1917 and many other good movies.
I'm sorry, they got bullied in taking off the hashtag.
Oh, damn.
But it was like the hashtag Beatles 4-film cinematic event.
Oh, that's a long hashtag, but
Yep.
I
Hashtag
could-
seated for the hashtag Beatles 4-film cinematic event.
I could get down for a Beatles 4-film cinematic event. Anyways, this is being said to be the first bingeable movie series, is what they said. Yeah.
Is this not the dumbest idea ever?
So
Am I crazy, or is it like it's cool? I'm gonna go see all 4 of these. As of right now, this is probably subject to change, but right now they all have the same release date. They've said they're all coming out in the same month, which is a horrible, 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 stupid idea.
okay, it's also, isn't it unclear whether they are going to come out on the same day or just week to week within the
Yes,
same month? We don't know
which-
what's going to happen.
Both are terrible ideas. I don't know which one is worse. Probably same day, but like people don't go to the movies because they want to. Don't not go to the movies because they want to binge stuff. A big reason people don't go is because they hate spending money. And you're telling me you got to spend, let's say, $15 a ticket. That's $60 for. And what if I don't like the first one? What if John comes out and it sucks? Why am I going to go see Ringo?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a miscalculation here on the binge strategy as well. It's just kind of a misunderstanding of binging as a concept, because the reason people binge things is because it's comfortable. Like, you don't have to leave your house. It's in your own home. You kind of just, maybe you're doing like 10 other things at the same time. You just leave the show on. You're binging. Like, that's what it is. Maybe
If
you're,
anything, it's like cable. It's like a weekly show.
yeah, and I just think like they're making a little bit of a miscalculation on the whole like bingeability aspect of the movies. But let me play devil's advocate here. The movies are in the shitter. And things are not going to get better if people don't innovate.
Yeah, that's true. It's just,
In terms
this
of-
is a swing. It's a silly, dumb swing, but it's a swing.
I think that it's not something that I am immediately calling like, oh, this is going to fail. I think it has the potential to be a really, really big thing. If they, let me add a caveat there. If they do the week to week thing, the same day thing, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah. So
Because they're competing with each other. Like, it doesn't. I mean, they'd be competing with each other week to week, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'm as the resident hater here on sneaking into the movies. I don't know. I'm not too moved by this. It's crazy. I'm gonna go see all 4 of these. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I like the Beatles a bit. I was telling you before. I am a huge George Harrison fan. Like, I listen to George Harrison solo music more than the Beatles, probably by probably 5 times as much. So I don't know. I'm curious. Is there a world where 2 of these do really well and 2 of these do really poor? Wouldn't that be fun?
that's
or
going to be
3.
interesting. Yeah, that's the situation they're kind of setting themselves up for.
Are these all going to make $40 million? Is Paul McCartney, would you say, is the most famous Beatle?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess he's the only
Or
one.
John, Paul or John.
Yeah. So are those are probably going to make more money than Ringo and George? You'd think.
You'd think. And the Beatles are going to be Barry Keoghan, Paul Mescal, Harris Dickinson, and Joseph Quinn. I think that's a fantastic cast. That's that you picked 4 fantastic up-and-coming actors to play the Beatles.
Yeah, it's kind of a Twitter cast, but it's also it's the young good actors. I don't know. I still have yet to see Harris Dickinson in anything.
You didn't see
heard
Baby
he's
Girl?
good. I did not see Baby Girl.
The Iron Claw?
Oh, he was in the Iron Claw. He was good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget he's in that.
Triangle of Sadness?
Yeah.
Isn't that him?
Oh, I guess I have seen him in a lot of stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sold on this yet. I mean, they're gonna have to. It's gonna take a lot of selling, anyways. This is nuts. I mean, like I have sold. I'm gonna be seeing all 4 of these. However, I'm not gonna go see all these at the same day. If they drop them all the same day, they're smoking crack, and I don't know how that would work. But yeah, I don't know. From what I understand, they're gonna shoot this for about a year, or Sam Mendes is at least, and just bring him in and out, I guess, when they need. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm curious how this is gonna work, but it's bold. I mean, it's the Beatles. It's like they are the band, I think, without question. Probably the most famous band ever. Would you say otherwise?
It's possible.
Yeah, I think so. At least
you think
band,
they're bigger?
maybe not.
You think they're bigger than Nickelback?
A little bit, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't thought about it like that. It is a swing, and I do appreciate a swing. I just don't really like Sam Mendes, so I'm not. We'll see.
To be honest, I don't know if I've seen. Did he do Skyfall?
Yes. Okay, Skyfall is awesome.
So I've seen
Skyfall is awesome.
I don't think I've seen anything else because I missed 1917.
Don't worry, you didn't miss much. And
Okay,
he also
you're actually
did
the first person that's ever said that to me.
I was not a fan of that movie at all. I thought it was boring. I know it was a gimmick movie, but it was fucking boring. I have no problem with doing the full oneer. Got to make it interesting. I just watched the studio did a full oneer episode, and it was very good.
Yes.
Shout out the studio, by the way. I don't think we really talked about it that much.
Good program.
I think we're both caught up here. Yeah, it's fantastic. Did you watch the 3rd episode, Max?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Every episode for me, at least, has been better than the last. They really, really kicked it into gear, and I can't wait for this week.
I did like 2 more than 1. Let's move on to our next topic of discussion. So,
actually, I'm sorry. Before we do, I'm just gonna do a little outside of CinemaCon news that I didn't want to talk about.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't write down, but we did it. Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, right.
Coming to theaters. I know that feels like a lifetime ago because it was last Monday. We've gotten so much movie news, and on top of that, at least for me, all the Switch 2 video game news, like a lot of this stuff fell into the back of my mind. But Coyote versus Acme,
it's coming out.
Shout out Ketchup Entertainment. Shout out Max for paying to see the apparently not very good Looney Tunes movie.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm very happy about this. I'm excited. I feel obligated to go see the apparently bad Looney Tunes movie.
I'm excited to see Coyote versus Acme, but it would just absolutely suck if the movie is like just okay and like totally flops at the box office, which is in play.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just happy it's out. It can make $10. I'm happy I get to see it. I'm happy for the cast. I'm happy for the crew. I'm blanking on the director's name, but he seems like a cool guy. He's on Twitter a lot. He's been doing a lot of Coyote vs. Acme stuff, and I'm just happy to see the win for them because I don't know. I mean, like obviously, like John Cena, who's in this, he'll be fine. James Gunn, who wrote this, like they'll be fine.
James Gunn wrote this?
Yeah, he co-wrote this and executive produced it. And he never said a single thing about it once he got that DC head job. So
you were mad at him for that.
That's not cool. I understand.
He's got his hands tied.
Yeah, I understand he's got his hands tied, but he couldn't even do a tweet. And that's a little, I don't know. I don't like that at all. That was a big thing for me when he just silence. I was like, not cool. But let's stay on the positives. It's coming. 2026. Go see it. This movie. For art. For everything. Go see this movie.
Yeah. Ketchup Entertainment purchased it for $50 million, which is a pretty big purchase, I would think. And
for whatever ketchup is.
Yeah. It's a small distributor. And they previously did Hypnotic, the Ben Affleck movie, Goodrich, the Michael Keaton movie that came out last year, and then the Looney Tunes movie that just released in theaters that was animated. So if they bought this for $50 million, they got to be expecting that it'll make at least 100, which is like, phew.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of money.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be cool if it does.
Yeah, I would love to be wrong. I think it'll just depend on how it looks. I can't imagine. I don't know if they have the capital to market it. You know, that's what I'm most worried about is you and I can go love it and tell as many people as we want to see it. But yeah, I'm just worried about an independent distributor really reaching people because you need to reach people to make $100 million on a movie.
It could be some kind of almost like symbolic stunt. You know what I mean? Where like Ketchup is kind of like a smaller distributor looking to probably make a name for itself.
Yeah.
And it says, what's on the table here? And it's like, we can be the people that saved this Looney Tunes movie that people are freaking out about. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it seems
it's a good opportunity potentially.
Yeah, they fought for this. The budget for this movie was $70 million. That was the original package that Warner was trying to sell to the streamers and the other studios last year. I don't know if you remember that. So they got it down a little bit. I still imagine it's a lot of money for them. So
yeah, I mean, if you're selling to Apple, the price is obviously going to be higher because they have a lot more moolah.
But I don't know. You think Warner Brothers, they probably lost money on this. Do you think this was just a good faith sell? Because, I mean, they probably would get more on that tax write-off. You think they did this out of the goodness hiding somewhere in the back of their hearts? Or
no, I think they did it because they're trying to divest from the Looney Tunes as a brand. It seems.
I thought that too, but at CinemaCon, they announced a new Looney Tunes animated movie.
What the fuck do I know anyway?
Yeah. That could be nothing. They also announced like a Flintstones movie, but apparently that's like been in production. Like they showed footage of that, and they announced one other thing. So that could be nothing. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm confused with what they're doing day to day with everything, but especially the Looney Tunes. Warner Brothers is just all over the place with.
Yeah, I mean they need money bad. Obviously, we'll talk about their big win this weekend, but.
Yeah, I wonder, maybe, all the moves that they're making now is just, the desperation, like, we gotta, create some cash flow here and, like, stop with the, constant flopping of, the movies they put out, but I don't know. I'd be curious to see how Zaz is gonna act. David Zaslav is going to act like when or if the company really reaches some sort of sustainability.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, they're burning everything to get there, so
yeah,
I don't know. But what news did you want to tell me about before I rudely interrupted you with our pal Wile E. Coyote?
So there is a massive announcement that came out on April Fool's Day. And you were the first person that sent me a text about it. And it was from a source that was okay. It's kind of it's not a top tier trade source.
I think it was Puck News. Or
I think it was
want to call them out by name.
It was the playlist.
Oh, okay.
The playlist is where the first report came from. And you sent me that, and I was like, I was mad. I was like, Norman, why the fuck would you even send me this? Like, this is
I'll explain why I almost immediately believed it after you, but continue.
I was like, Norman, there's no way that that's real. And you were like, People are saying it's real, and I'm like, it's April Fool's Day, and this looks nuts. And that thing would be that David Fincher is directing a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Quentin Tarantino and starring Brad Pitt
for Netflix.
For Netflix, that is the other big piece of it. I thought, when I first read it, obviously, I was like, this is nuts. There's no way this is real. And then over time, nobody was really disputing it. Nobody said it, and there were only more people picking it up. And that's when I was like, oh my God, this is real. This is happening. Um, it's not, second Luca name drop on the podcast, but it was like, last time I felt like that was the Luca trade. I was just like, this can't be real. But it is real. So David Fincher directing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2 at Netflix, starring Brad Pitt, written by Quentin Tarantino. Norman, what were your first thoughts?
So I was kind of convinced but unconvinced because it did come from the playlist and it was posted by Discussing Film. And I was like, I don't know. The fact that Discussing, not disgusting. I don't know if it sounded bad. Shout out Discussing Film. I love them. But anyways, they posted about it. I was like, okay, this isn't April Fool's then. I don't know. Or unless Discussing Film got pranked. That's how I took it.
Which has happened before, I think.
Yeah. And then, you know who Jeff Snyder is?
I do. The In Snyder.
The In Snyder himself. I don't know why I believe him. I don't know why I believe the In Snyder, but when
he's a reputable. He's writes
very
for
reputable.
The Hollywood Reporter, doesn't he?
He's independent.
Okay.
Now, I actually listened to his podcast. He's kind of an asshole, but I don't know. I love hearing him talk about. I don't know. He's such a character, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, for those of you who don't believe us on this, I said that Ashton Kutcher was playing Steve Jobs on April Fool's Day like 10 years ago and no one believed me. So I was like, okay, sounds like he's heard this too. And I was like, that's when I sent it to you. I was like, this sounds like something that seriously, at least is being discussed. And then, within an hour, Deadline was like, yeah.
See, yeah, that's the thing is like over time, I started to put the pieces together of like, I remembered that Tarantino's script for The Movie Critic was rumored to have Brad Pitt's character Cliff Booth in it.
Yes.
And it was sort of a spiritual sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or, connected to that world in some way. And I want to ask you, what do you think happened here on Tarantino's end as far as like, how did he end up writing this? Is this the Movie Critic script, do you think? Or how did this land in David Fincher and Netflix's hands?
So I'll just start with the facts, which is so this landed in David Fincher's hands because Brad Pitt had read it. And he was like, oh my God, this is so good. But Tarantino didn't want to direct it, which I'll get into. But Brad Pitt said, do you mind if I kind of shop this around? And Tarantino's like, it depends on who. So I guess Fincher passed the Quentin Tarantino smell test or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. This really came out of nowhere. I think Tarantino has wanted to make a sequel or go back to this world like since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I think Tarantino, for some stupid reason, only wants to make 10 movies, and God forbid his last movie is a sequel.
That's what I was thinking.
I imagine he has movie ideas every year, whether they be sequels, prequels. I mean, I know we've heard about Kill Bill Part 3, we've heard about Django. I think he has so many ideas, but he's like, I don't want this to be my last movie. Which is really lame. I mean, it's his choice. He's a great director. He's a great writer, whatever. I don't know. This sucks. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this whole announcement. I'm not a fan of this at all. This is very Disney direct-to-DVD sequel to me.
Yeah, you're kind of spitting with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll go a little farther. First of all, it's not going to be in theaters. It has a different director. One of the main stars.
We don't know what the theatrical distribution is going to look like, but we know
it's going to be in theater for 6 days. It's
Yeah,
going to be in theaters for 6 days in LA. It's missing its star. I don't know how much Leo's in the script. It sounds like they're still negotiating. He's still negotiating with Paramount for his Evel Knievel biopic with Damien Chazelle, from what I understand. Very direct. I don't know. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite Tarantino movie, and it's probably one of my favorite movies. I think it's one of the best this century. I think that movie is perfect. I don't know.
Why? Sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
Why do you think that they didn't just make this at Sony and this is a Netflix thing now? Sony distributed and made the first one.
Fincher is Netflix's cuck.
Yes, but like, I feel like I see this happening more and more. Like the Accountant was a Warner Brothers movie. Now Amazon's making the sequel. Like
these streamers are offering unlimited cash to a lot of these people. I mean, did you see The Killer?
I did.
Do you know the budget of that movie?
Is it expensive?
Take a guess on how much The Killer cost from what you remember.
$150?
$200 million.
Yeah, that's nuts.
You're not getting that from Sony. You are getting that from Netflix. David Fincher is like, he's made Meg with them. He made Mindhunter with them. He made The Killer. He's working on whatever his next movie. I guess it's this now. But he's working on American Squid Games. I think he's in cahoots with Netflix, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But,
who knows if any of that comes out?
Yeah, who knows if any of that comes out. Apparently this is shooting this summer, which we'll see.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy, like mind-blowing. This might be the biggest story of the year. But I don't know. It sounds I hate it. Like I hate everything about it, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't like Netflix. Really. I don't know.
Yeah,
are you excited about this? Were you like cool? Were you like what the fuck? I don't know.
I'm the only person on planet Earth that thinks that first movie is like okay, like I liked it. I'm not like, one of those people that's like, this is like amazing. This is the greatest movie ever. Like I'm like me. I liked it. I thought it was good. But I came out the same year as Parasite. I mean, I'm not holding that up to Parasite.
Fair enough.
Not to compare. It's not about comparing.
No,
I just thought that movie was okay. And I was like, this is solid. And, they're making a sequel, obviously. I like all these people. Like, I think Fincher is a little,
Watch.
he says some stuff that I'm not crazy about. But he makes good movies. Like, I like The Killer, Social Network 7, Gone Girl. Pedigree is, elite. So
that's why they call them the old days, though.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm gonna watch it for sure. Day one, probably. So
I'm gonna have a hard time. I don't know.
You're gonna watch. You are gonna watch.
No, I know. I know.
Like suckered into it.
No, I really have not liked. I kind of like The Killer. I thought Mank was terrible.
Didn't like it.
I get really into it. I don't know, because I'm one of those people who thinks Once Upon in Hollywood is church. I'm one of those glazers.
Yes.
I hate this. I mean, first of all, Fincher shoots on digital, which, like, it's not going to work for this.
Oh.
Just to start. Yeah, it's going to look like a fucking Netflix. Like, ugh, no. I don't like this.
Well, this does take place in a different era. It takes place, I think, like, roughly 10 years after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if I remember that correctly. It's a different era. It's not the digital era, though. It's like still around the 80s, I think. I mean, the first one was 70s.
I already know what this movie's going to look like, and I don't like it, so I don't know. But do you want to take a quick break here?
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk about some Minecraft.
Woo! Are back, and Max, we are talking about what seems like will be one of the movie events of the year.
Yes, for better or for worse.
Better or for worse, this movie has been in production for like 10 years. It was animated. It was directed by a whole different team. Steve Carell was going to be Steve at one point. What? But we have finally hit the fateful day. The newest movie, a Minecraft movie, directed by Jared Hess of Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and more fame. this is a big movie that is making a lot of money, Max.
It is making a shocking amount of money. I looked at the numbers and I was like, holy smokes. It blew past projections. WB Insiders, like the week before the movie, I think we're projecting it at like 135 US. It's at 157 US for the 3-day weekend, and 301 million globally. This is a fucking mash hit. Cannot be understated how big this movie is. We'll see if it will have legs. That'll be an interesting conversation. Let me give you some numbers, Norman. The Minecraft movie is the top start ever for a video game adaptation, beating the $146.4 million 3-day launch of the Mario movie in the United States. It is the biggest Saturday in Warner Brothers history, and it is the biggest domestic opening since Deadpool and Wolverine in July of 2024 at 211 million. And this absolutely smashed it with 301 million. Almost $100 million difference. Norman, did you see it coming?
Kind of. I mean, look, this movie, we'll talk about our opinions. This movie looked awful. With that being we'll talk about it.
Okay. All right.
That being said, Minecraft is the biggest video game of all time.
These are facts.
This does not surprise me in the slightest. I'm going to tell you this. Just I can't remember the last time I had to go online and like buy tickets before a movie started. Like I don't know. I live in San Marcos, Texas. It's not the biggest city. I see most of my movies in Kyle, Texas, which is an even smaller city. And usually I'm good. I always go there. I just walk up and buy my ticket for all the big movies too. I mean, a lot of the big movies are flop. Most movies flop these days. But I digress. Bree and I were driving back from the beach today, and we stopped and I looked at Fandango and I was like, oh shit, we were going to go at 3:15. It was completely sold out. Crazy. All day. Just completely sold out.
Yeah.
We ended up going to see Dolby. It was a little less sold out. By the time we were in the theater, or I guess I'll say halfway through the movie, the theater was full because people just kept walking in late. But
yeah,
whatever.
What was your theater like?
It wasn't as bad as I've been seeing online. At some, a lot of children to be expected. There was a child behind us who was telling her mom everything from Minecraft that was happening, and her mom would shush her every time. It was kind of cute, but kind of annoying. She'd just be like, "That's a pig. That's a sheep. That's a creeper."
That's a
and her mom kept going, "Shh, shh, shh," every time. But it wasn't awful. I mean, there was like little kid chatter kind of the entire time. It never was that terrible. There's people on their phones. I mean, I don't know. It's like it wasn't like terrible. There was some clapping.
Yeah.
Which even in my theater felt forced. I'm not a clapper. Even when I was the biggest Marvel movie fan on the planet, I wasn't a clapper.
I screamed when Daredevil came out in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh,
I was one of those.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Yeah, you would have hated that.
Well, the best you get out of me is like a holy shit. Which I've holy shitted a couple times. Even like Deadpool and Wolverine, which a movie I didn't really like, but yeah. They holy shitted me, and then everyone started clapping, and I was like, okay, everyone be quiet.
Stop.
It was the Chris Evans thing, in case you're curious, but I was like, no way they're about to do this.
I was like, whatever, when that happened.
No,
didn't phase
but
me.
Fair enough. But yeah, so there was some clapping. Is it spoilers if I say what people clapped at? If it's all stuff in the trailer, people clapped during I'm Steve.
Spoilers for Minecraft.
Sure, people clapped during I'm Steve, and people clapped during Chicken Jockey, and people tried to clap during Let's Mine, Let's Craft, but it didn't catch on. But yeah, it was like a cringy. It wasn't even like natural. Like it was like one person started clapping, and then people would awkwardly clap every time.
My theater was different. I'll say I went on the Thursday night as well, and another reason I'm shocked that the movie is opening this well is the Thursday night crowd was light. at AMC North Park 15, which is where I go in Dallas, which is one of the most popular theaters.
Yeah. What time did you go? Would you say?
I went at 7:00.
Okay. Yeah.
7:00 on Thursday.
Primo.
That's like that. Yeah, that is the Thursday night opening showing. And the crowd was a little light, like, several empty seats in there. But the vibe was great. I will say I was sitting in a row with some other dudes who looked like they were around my age and also alone. So that was interesting, just some dudes sitting there alone in the Minecraft movie. We are, we were out there. We were showing out for Minecraft that day. But yeah, no, the vibe in my theater was great. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did, and I did enjoy it. I found it to be a surprisingly enjoyable experience. That might be shocking to hear. But I was laughing. I was amused by how stupid the movie was, but also everyone in the theater was loving it. And like, by the time it held through. Like, it wasn't like, oh, my enjoyment of the movie kind of tapers off in the middle and kind of towards the end. Like, I thought in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. I'm in for Jermaine Clement Southern accent. Like, I'm not gonna not find that amusing. But yeah, no, when we get to like Matt Berry as the villager at the end, my theater was howling laughing. And I thought it was funny too. Like, I thought it was funny. It's a very stupid, bad movie, but like, as far as stupid, bad movies go, I had fun. I would see it again.
Wow.
Like, if somebody in my circle wanted to see it and they were like, oh, I'm kind of on the fence about the Minecraft movie, I'd be like, it's fun. Let's go.
You're an A-lister though, right?
Yes, I don't pay
would
for
you
these
pay
things.
Would you pay money to go see this again? I'm going to ask you that.
No.
If your
No,
buddy
I
said, let's
wouldn't.
go see this at Regal or whatever, yeah.
Not at all. No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
A-list is the key of life. I have probably saved legit thousands of dollars on A-list because I'll go see stuff. Like,
I was a Regal Unlimited soldier in San Antonio.
Yeah.
The only theater that isn't 40 minutes away from me are Evos, which I actually love them. My Evo and Kyle that just redid the IMAX and Dolby Theater, and they just put in an IMAX, but they redid the Dolby Theater as well. It's very nice, but they don't have that kind of deal, which sucks. They do $5 Tuesdays, which is nice, but I'm too committed to my fans to wait till Tuesday
Yeah.
to see the Minecraft movie. I wanted y'all to know how much
sneakers need you.
The sneakers need me, yeah. My little sneakies. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I will say this is not the worst movie I've seen this year.
No.
Which is kind of depressing that I was less bored during a shitty Minecraft movie than a Captain America movie. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to compare those. That's mean. But that was kind of my first thought after this movie was, oh my God, Marvel movies are so bad now to where like, I don't know. Which, not to make this about Marvel, that's all I'm going to say about this. But yeah,
I think, yeah.
This was awful, but yeah, it was. I was never like bored, I will say. I was actually like really, really digging it when they were like in the real world. I don't know. I think it's just Jared Hess. I think I just loved it. Like, it's so stupid. He's like the master of like the auctioneer was the funniest guy in that movie. Like, he's just the master of kind of that. And
you have no regard for the storage community.
Yeah, and then the garbage man and I don't remember what's the little boy's name. Matt, something. The little boy.
I can't tell you anybody's name in this movie besides Steve and Garrett the garbage man.
Gar
Ferguson.
the garbage man.
Yeah.
The second they got into Minecraft world is where I was like, I remembered what I was seeing. I don't know. I was like, because when they were in the real world and they were doing all that stuff, it was just like funny and like enough. I don't know. And I was like, hang on. I kind of forgot it was a Minecraft movie. But yeah, second they hopped to that portal, I turned to Brand. I'm like, oh, this is a Minecraft movie, isn't it? But yeah, that's kind of when it gets pretty bad for me. But I found myself entertained enough throughout the whole thing. I'm not gonna say it's good. I don't think I'd recommend this to anybody other than my like little brothers who are gonna go crazy for this when they see it next week. But
Yeah.
I only kind of feel like I wasted my money. I didn't really feel like I wasted my time, I guess. I'm glad I went and saw it. I will say, I went to McDonald's before to get the Minecraft movie meal, and they were out of the adult Minecraft toys.
No!
So that may have teetered it. But I will say, I did try. It's called the Nether Hot Sauce.
Oh, how was it? I'm going to go tonight to get that because I saw that. I was like, I kind of want to try that.
Okay. I thought the sauce was terrible.
Okay.
I think Bree and I both had
more
one.
excited.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's not like it's very like, it's just a little too sweet for me. It's very like Szechuan-y. I don't really know what they were. Yeah. But yeah. So they were out of the meal. So we just got normal meals, and I was like, I want to try the sauce. So I got I got points that I never use. So I just got a 6-piece nugget and the sauce. 'Cause I was like, at least we can try the sauce. Sauce was awful. It was not. I wouldn't wish the Nether sauce on my worst enemy. But yeah, I don't. We're talking about the Minecraft. I don't know. This movie was stupid. It was as stupid as it looks. I don't know. I mean, you saw this by yourself and you had a good time.
I did.
You're stronger than me because I don't know. I feel like I would have just been hating the whole time about myself. But
it could have gone that way, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like you said, when we're kind of like in the real world, I was enjoying it. I was like, I am laughing at a lot of this, like a lot more of this than I thought I would, and that's something. Like it's not, it's not like you said earlier, Captain America, where like I was bored for 2.5 hours or however long that movie was. I couldn't wait to leave. And I never say that about any movies. But we've had some rough ones recently. Yeah. And this isn't the worst thing in the world. Like there's much worse theoretical Minecraft movies to make.
This movie, like, it really felt genuine to me. Which
yes.
Like, that will always radiate through. This could have easily been a paycheck job for anyone, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen all of Jared Hess's movies. Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre?
I've seen Napoleon Dynamite, haven't seen Nacho Libre, but to your point, you can tell that this is directed by the guy that made Napoleon Dynamite. It comes through.
So, was that on purpose, a lot of the references, you think?
I didn't catch the Napoleon Dynamite references, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
And I immediately thought of, I don't remember the girl's name, but you know, she opens a, spoilers for Minecraft throughout this whole thing. I don't want to keep saying it, but
yeah.
You know, she opens the self-defense place?
Yes. Yeah.
Was that not Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's alpacas or llamas, I guess, but the llama just made me think of Napoleon Dynamite too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just whatever. But yeah, no, like
he brought it over.
He really brought it over. He just brought over that his like stupid sense of humor, which I mean that in like the best way possible.
I feel like it's best case scenario, honestly, for a Minecraft movie. Like at least it was funny. It was stupid, but it was like earnestly stupid. And that's what I appreciate about it.
People realize how like influential, maybe not to films, but just to comedy, like especially online, but just like in general, Napoleon Dynamite is.
Yeah. Cultural touchstone right there.
Yeah, no, like a total cultural touchstone. And I think that's why this movie's so funny. I mean, there's a lot of jokes that don't work a lot. Like there's a lot I didn't laugh at, but I did find myself laughing quite a bit.
There's a lot of what I'm going to refer to as Marvel humor in the movie, but it feels like they're making fun of like winking like that kind of humor as well. Like it made me laugh. It was so hokey and over the top.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I do think there were like some smart, clever jokes in there. I will say, like everything with the auctioneer was really, really funny.
Yes, the storage community was
Apparently, that was a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers.
That's cool too. Okay, let's talk about that. There's at one point in the movie, there's a pig with a crown that walks out,
Yeah.
and Jack Black says, or the kid's like, "Whoa, is he like a king or something?" And then Jack Black is like, "That's a legend." And I was like, okay, that was weird. They kind of stopped the movie to do this weird pig thing. I don't know what the fuck that is. But
Rip Technoblade.
Yeah, the people in my audience went nuts. And I was like, okay, so that's clearly something.
Yeah.
And I did the research on it, and there's that Technoblade guy who's like a Minecraft YouTuber. You probably know more about it than me. You want to
I mean, he was just a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't really want to get into this, but like there is a long history of Minecraft YouTubers being like pieces of shit. Like for every 4 Minecraft YouTubers, like 3 of them have been canceled for talking to underage people. Like it's bad. So I'm glad they even like touch YouTubers. But Technoblade is one of the people who's just a genuinely good guy, and he died a year or 2 ago. And I actually read about how the tribute came to be. And the boy in the movie, who I don't know the actor's name or the character's name, sorry, Gary Vee Rich, you'll be okay. But when they were filming the movie, Technoblade died, and I think the kid, I guess, was a Technoblade watcher or something, but explained to Jared Hess, which is cool and sweet. But yeah, so there's that, and then I guess Bree, my girlfriend, spotted like 3 that she recognized. So I don't know how many more of those people were Minecraft YouTubers, but yeah, out of like the good ones who didn't turn out to be terrible people. Because I don't know, like, did you watch like Scott is Minecraft growing up? I don't know how Minecraft.
I think so. I used to be into like those Tobuscus songs, but like he's one of the guys that kind of like flew off the.
Yeah, that's just
rails.
I don't know. Like for me, I did watch a lot of Dan TDM back in the day, and I guess he was one of those guys, which is cool. But
the kids, the guy who plays Henry, the kid in the movie, is Sebastian Hansen.
Okay.
So yeah.
So also, while we're talking about Minecraft YouTubers, I think one of the reasons this movie's so big, and like we're seeing this trend in Hollywood, not really a trend per se in Hollywood, but we have now reached the age where people, you and I's age, they're nostalgia pandering to us.
Yes.
Which, like, obviously, like, you could say, like Star Wars was, like, that was nostalgia parenting to our parents. That was for us, at least you and I feel like, that was the first, like, Star Wars movie in our lifetime, right?
That was, like, trying to bring us in.
Yeah, that was our, obviously, I think you and I both, I don't know, I grew up watching those movies on repeat. Those are, like, my church. I don't know how you feel, or how big Star Wars was for you, per se.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, like, things like that, like, those weren't for us, those were for like old, like I don't know, like my dad was just so unbelievably excited for all this when they were coming out, because yeah, like that's what he was what he grew up with. But now it's 2025. Minecraft came out in 2011, so we were 9, 10, whatever years old. Like, people Max and I's age, like we were there on ground zero. Yeah, which is like why I kind of wanted to go see this. I used to play Minecraft a ton. I still dabble every now and then. I'm not like as deep into it. I don't play it consistently or whatever, but I think it's enough for a lot of people. But even like Five Nights at Freddy's, that movie made a good amount of money from people our age. Inside Out 2, which obviously that's a kids movie, so is Minecraft, but so is FNAF to an extent. But these are movies of stuff from our childhood that came out in our childhood, that was new in our childhood, that we are now nostalgia pandering to. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't see it being discussed a lot as to why movies like this do well, but yeah, because I mean the Minecraft is still popular as ever with kids. I have little brothers who are crazy excited for that. I don't even play that much Minecraft, and they're excited. It's just like it's a thing. It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what Minecraft is, but
I was
obviously besides this podcast, like I wanted to see this because I grew up with Minecraft, and like I wasn't getting like nostalgic or whatever during the movie, but I don't know.
After knowing the background on the Technoblade thing, like that is pretty cool that they did that.
Very, very nice.
And the moment plays like in the theater, like my audience really liked it. I was very confused because they kind of paused the movie to do that, and I didn't know what it was. But I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's neat. I I will. Let me ask you. So you said they're pandering to us now, these studios, and I think that's apparent. I think you're right about that. So, what is the next thing that they haven't mined, if you will, as far as IP goes?
Go on. Oh, what they're crafting up, you think?
Yeah, what they're crafting up.
What's chicken in their jockey?
Yep. Flinting their steel. You know. That
I don't know, but like, are you telling me if 5 years from now a Fortnite movie comes out, you're not gonna want to go watch that?
Oh, I'm going to be there day one, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, what's like what is gonna come that is gonna be just absolutely ridiculous, like this Minecraft movie, but maybe something you're not expecting. Like what are they gonna pull out of the IP vaults for us? Like, what's a very niche? Minecraft isn't niche.
Minecraft is not niche. I would argue like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not that niche. It's a huge.
But Five Nights at Freddy's is also, yeah, like that was a big, Living Tombstone. You got Markiplier. Like that was a whole.
Pat, bro.
Yeah,
like, I was hyped when Pat showed up.
Oh yeah. The theory videos, game
yeah.
theory and stuff, and yeah, that was like a whole thing. So like, what's another thing that you can think of that not necessarily like a video game thing or whatever, but what was something that was like kind of big back in the day that you're like,
I had one like a minute ago.
I know one that's in production, right? Or not in production, but in pre-production right now.
I will say, maybe not all of it is nostalgia pandering, but I think we are getting a lot of sequels and adaptations of stuff that we grew up with. Like I know, like Zootopia 2 comes out this year, which will make a ton of money because I think a ton of our people our age, like we grew up with Zootopia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be Moana times 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't see that one, but like even that though, like that's something that. Like, we were kind of still kids when that came out. So, like, it's good out. I guess this isn't totally for us. Like, this was, I think, Shrek 5. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that wasn't what I was talking about. But
okay, but that's
like
a
sequel.
One
that's not.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about, like, them pulling, like, like Beyblade. Or whatever, something that, like, why would you make a movie about this?
Do you have, what was the one you were talking about? Some pre-production?
I was thinking about the Backrooms movie. That's in A24.
Yeah. And even, like.
That's niche, though.
That's super duper niche. I don't know, but even, like, Michael Bay is producing, like, something Skibbity-Toilet-wise. I don't know.
Michael Bay's Skibbity Toilet. Is that a mini-series, or... Well, I don't even know what that was.
I don't think I want to know. As someone who loves Michael Bay so much, way more than most people do, I don't want to know. Yeah. But, yeah, it's interesting. I think Hollywood's just caught up with, like, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's not make stuff only for... Let's not pull out IP for 40-year-olds.
Yeah. That's...
Like, I don't know, like something like... Because, I mean, they still do that. Like Tron 3... Who's gonna go see that?
Yeah. The thing is like they're also starting to realize that like they need to get us into the movie theater, like people our age into the movie theater. Like that's kind of like the thing that I would think is tapering off because people are, not going to the movies. They're doing other stuff, and things expensive. We got into it in the last episode. But this also enters the short, I think, lineage of meme movies that have come out recently. And what I'm kind of defining that as is a movie that had like a viral meme storm. I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm 50, but
people are seeing it to clap at shit that was in the trailer that they saw on TikTok sped up.
Yes. So those movies are, I think, the things that were, and some of these were able to capitalize on it, and some of them very much could not. But I think it's Minions: Rise of Gru, Morbius, and this that you can talk about as far as like movies that really caught on with the world.
I feel like you could argue FNAF.
I think you can
A
put that in
little
there
bit.
too. I think you can put it in there too. I forgot that one.
Um,
Also a video game movie, which it enters the lineage
also
of as
a
well.
video game movie. Yeah. Why do you think there's no good video game movie?
Um,
I mean, like, still, I video games. I like when we were younger, there was nothing like video game wise that was very good. But like, we have TV shows now that people like.
The Last of Us coming
Last
out
of Us,
like this week, I think.
yeah, Arcane, the Cyberpunk anime, like just cool stuff like that. Now, but movies, I lied. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, we like those. But
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to tell you that Sonic the Hedgehog is like a great movie.
Yeah, I could almost argue that for the third one, but I think the third one was pretty damn good.
I
But
liked it.
I get it. Yeah, I'm also like that is my. That's also kind of our nostalgia, though.
We
I
like
mean, like,
Sonic.
Yeah, we like Sonic, and like obviously the character of Sonic's been around since the '90s, but like Shadow specifically was like a total byproduct of the 2000s.
Totally.
So I don't know. Like it's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 made the most amount. It's not making Minecraft money, but it made more than 1 and 2 did, and I would argue a big part of that was Shadow. So yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting that this is where this should focus, and it kind of sucks because I'm like, ew, I saw the Minecraft movie.
I didn't feel that way after. Like, A-list, heals all wounds, but
Yeah.
I
Pay for
like,
pay for 2 Dolby tickets and tell me how you feel about this movie.
yeah, no, I would not have done that. I don't know if I would have seen it one time if I had to pay for the ticket. I probably would have, but this whole talk of me seeing it multiple times, I have A-list. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, no, if I still had my Regal Unlimited accessible, or even like an AMC that wasn't an hour away from me, if I had friends going to see this, I'd go see it again for free. But
Yeah.
I would not pay money to go watch this again.
But yeah, no, I had an enjoyable time. Like, these movies are kind of like a fact of life now. Like, they make these big blockbuster movies. They've always been around. Like, there's these big stupid blockbuster movies.
It's like infectious.
Yeah, and they obviously would do very well. The thing that I was going to mention is there is a way worse version of this movie that would have come out in like the 1990s if Minecraft was around, where it was just like straight up like real world and about like some miners, and it was like vaguely Minecraft IP, but it was a movie about some miner like impressing his dad or something like that like would have been terrible. So, I'm not saying that this is a genuinely good movie. All I'm saying is like it was an enjoyable hour 41 minutes. It's quick too. So like
which like is almost worse than if it was really. I don't know. This is like an issue I feel like mainly with a lot of IP stuff, but mainly with like video game movies. I feel like, and on different levels, but like this, I'm just gonna use 3 examples of the big ones the last couple of years. This, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Five Nights at Freddy's, I think are all movies that are like not very good, but they're like they have the look and feel of what they're based off of, and that pulls a lot of the work. Which I don't know, like that's how I felt about the Mario movie. I'm a big Nintendo guy. I'm spending $500 on my Switch 2 this week. I don't care what anyone says. Like I'm so locked, and I didn't love Mario. It was kind of the same thing as just like it was colorful, it looked cool, it looked and sounded like Mario, except for the voice, but it was just not very good. That's how I felt about this. I mean, I thought this movie looked awful though. I thought I don't know. There was some bad green screen in this thing.
So that brings me to my next thing that I was going to mention. This movie also enters the lineage of what I would call guy on a green screen movies, where there are like lots of CG elements, basically totally CG environment with a guy or several real people within the environment. I'm just going to list those movies off for you here that I could find.
Can I
Let
guess?
me know if I missed it. You can
Quantumania?
guess some. I didn't put Quantumania on there, but that is definitely
This
part
made
of
me
this.
think of Quantum Mania, and I mean that in the most derogatory way possible.
Okay, yeah.
Spy Kids,
Spy Kids 3D I have on the list.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, yep.
Um,
And I'm going to remind you,
Shang-Chi, I felt like had that pretty bad.
towards the third act maybe, but not for the entire. I wouldn't call that a
dude,
guy on a green screen movie.
Go watch that shit in the forest and tell me it's not a guy on a green screen movie. Hashtag I'm just saying, but
I see what you're saying. I just don't think enough of that movie is a guy on a green screen movie.
so
And I will say, I want to remind you here, not all of these movies have varying degrees of success. Some of them are terrible, and some of them are like not.
yeah, that's fair. Where would you put this?
Oh, you mean Minecraft?
Oh yeah. Where
Okay.
would you put from amazing to awful?
Somewhere
One or
in the
two
middle.
words.
Like I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it was like I said, a perfectly enjoyable time. I'm not gonna think about it like, that much, going forward, obviously, but for a block, but like I said, there's much worse times to have in a movie theater. Like I was bored out of my can't stress to you how fucking bored I was during Captain America. Yeah. And with this, I'm like, this is pretty stupid, but I'm thoroughly amused. So I would say that this is one of the better ones on the list, honestly.
Yeah, I still think this was pretty bad. I had a good time, but I'm not gonna really sugarcoat it. I would not recommend this to people. This movie doing well is not. It's good for movie theaters, but it's not good for movies as a whole.
I think any
No.
movie doing well now, because the box office was in like a historic shitter last month. Like it was bad.
It's good for the box office, but it's not.
It's good for theaters. We need theaters to stay alive, bro.
Oh, I know, but like, what's the point if we keep getting this? And like, it's just like a bad, okay movie that we find really funny. I had a good time with this movie. This wasn't the worst movie I've seen this year, but this movie sucks. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to joke about. It's fun to say chicken jockey. I've been saying that before the movie came out, and now
Flint and steel.
literally in the parking lot, I was going chicken. But it sucks that this is what people see. It really does. Like, it is disheartening that I pulled up to the movie theater today, and it's good that it's fucking packed, but everyone's here to see this dog-ass Minecraft movie, and half of the people are there because it was funny on TikTok, and they're there to clap, and they're there to yell. But, I don't know. It is such, like, a weird place, and I feel this way about a lot of Marvel movies. Like, I felt this way about Deadpool 2, or Deadpool 3, where, yeah, it makes a lot of money, but, like, that's good.
To what end?
To what end? Like, Minecraft, if this movie makes $1 billion, what is, like, Warner Brothers, I would argue, the least competent studio in Hollywood right now, what are they going to take away from this?
More
take
shitty
away from-
movies. More like
Yeah, because
unabashed.
a month ago they made a
movies.
great movie that made no money. I don't know. Which, like, that's the whole thing.
What movie is that?
Mickey 17.
Right. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Same producers. This is Abby and DeLuca's Kool-Aid, if you've seen the studio. But, yeah, I don't know. It's good people are going to the movies, but it sucks that this is what it takes to get people to the movies, I guess I have to say. Because we've been talking, we talked last week a lot about how do you get people back in the movies, and, like, I don't love this, like, one-trick pony stuff. I love, like, something
It's very
like the Beatles.
volatile.
It's super volatile, yeah. And, like, something like the Beatles thing, like, that's a cool experiment. Like, that's going to blow up in their faces. It is. There's no way around that. There's no way you're going to get people to see 4 movies in the same month. You're crazy. But at least that's, like, something. That's like, cool. I don't know. This is just, like, it's a packed theater. You know, it is a fun time. I was smiling for a decent part of this, but, like, don't feel good in the soul. I don't know. My soul doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's. I wish Anora made $300 million
Yeah,
opening
I mean,
weekend
like,
as much as the next guy,
or,
but like,
or Mickey 17, dude. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Can you imagine if people were going out and trying to see? You can meme stuff in that movie. There's memeable stuff.
yeah.
Instead, it's just like Jack Black doing the one thing he's been doing for the last 5 or 10 years. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I had a good time with this movie. I was like weirdly enjoying all the stuff in the real world, but like at the end of the day, I don't know.
To finish off, the other movies
Yeah.
I had on the guy on a green screen list were
sorry, yeah.
Space Jam 1 and 2,
Ooh.
Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3,
Oy.
iRobot, Speed
Okay.
Racer, Avatar 1 and 2, Alice in Wonderland, the live action Tim Burton bullshit, Green Lantern, Tron Legacy, Aquaman 1 and 2, and Godzilla Kong The New Empire.
Oh.
But yeah, there's some movie like Avatar, like we love Avatar, and that's like kind of this, but obviously it's James Cameron and he's, making a movie.
Ass. Yeah, what are you talking about? This is Avatar. I know what you mean though. I know.
It's a guy on a green screen.
Yeah, but can you really tell an Avatar? Like,
No,
you tell me
it's
when
fantastic. It's at the highest level.
Flying around with the wings, that wasn't like the worst looking thing you've ever seen in your life. Also, I know we're almost out of time here. Did you see this entire movie leaked online with unfinished VFX?
I did see that. That's tough.
That's a recession indicator for those of you who don't know. The last time this happened was X-Men Origins Wolverine in 2009. So
tough.
Check on your 401ks and tell your family you love them.
I think that's going to be it from us.
That's good. Yeah.
Finishing off on a low note, but thank you.
Don't go
for
see this
in with us. Go see the Minecraft movie. Don't go see the Minecraft movie. Who cares? It's gonna make a fuckload of money anyway.
If you see the Minecraft movie, you gotta go see 3 other original movies. That's my deal with you. Go see Sinners next week or 2 weeks from now.
Warfare.
Go see Mickey 17.
Yep.
I'm not sold on Warfare, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, we will sneak in with y'all next week. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.